The rifle kicks back, the target falls, but the soldier's hands are shaking so violently he can barely reload. His heart rate is 190 beats per minute. He cannot feel his fingers. His vision has narrowed to a tunnel. This is not combat. This is Tuesday. This is training. And this is exactly what the United States military designed it to be. Because when the actual bullets start flying, this soldier will have already experienced this physiological response dozens of times. He will know that shaking hands can still reload. That tunnel vision can still acquire targets. That terror can coexist with performance. This separation between elite warriors and everyone else is not genetic. It is manufactured through a systematic process that begins at 4:30 hours every single morning. The alarm goes off before dawn. No snooze button exists in this world. Within 60 seconds, boots hit the floor. The United States military processes over 180,000 recruits annually. Each one enters as a civilian with civilian habits and civilian limitations. 10 weeks later for the Army, 13 weeks for the Marines, they emerge fundamentally transformed. This is not motivational rhetoric. This is observable, measurable change in physical capacity, psychological resilience, and tactical competence. The system that creates this transformation operates with industrial precision. Every minute is scheduled. Every activity has measurable objectives. Every failure receives immediate correction. Physical training begins in darkness. This timing is deliberate. The human body is cold, stiff, unprepared for exertion. Training in this state builds the capacity to perform when conditions are worst. The workout follows a structured progression designed by exercise physiologists at the U.S. Army Research Institute of Environmental Medicine. Preparation drills target major muscle groups and movement patterns. Bend and reach, rear lunge, high jumper, windmill, these are not random calisthenics. Each movement addresses specific biomechanical requirements identified through analysis of combat tasks. The main component varies by day: strength circuits on Monday, overhead arm pull, supine chest press, bent leg body twist, 3 sets of 10 repetitions. The resistance comes from body weight and partners, no elaborate equipment. Soldiers must maintain fitness in forward operating bases with minimal resources. Formation running occurs at 180 steps per minute. This specific cadence trains the cardiovascular system for sustained moderate intensity effort that characterizes foot patrol movements in combat zones. The pace feels unnatural to civilians. Too fast to sustain comfortably, too slow to sprint. Initial fitness test requires 42 push-ups in 2 minutes for a perfect score. By the end of basic training, average scores exceed this. The 2-mile run standard is 13 minutes. Average completion time drops to 12 minutes or less, but physical training serves purposes beyond fitness. The group formation running creates cohesion. Soldiers learn to match pace with the unit. Fast runners moderate their speed. Struggling soldiers push beyond what they thought possible to avoid falling behind. The unit moves as one organism. Individual capacity becomes irrelevant. Breakfast occurs at 6:30. Soldiers have 12 minutes to move through the line, eat, and clear the dining facility. The menu follows guidelines from the Department of Defense Combat Feeding Directorate. Protein, complex carbohydrates, limited simple sugars. The average breakfast provides 700 to 800 calories. Drill sergeants monitor food choices. A soldier loading a plate with pancakes and syrup receives correction. The lesson is clear: food is fuel. Choices have consequences. Poor nutrition degrades performance. Degraded performance endangers lives. Classroom instruction begins at 7:30. The subjects range from first aid to land navigation to military law. The instruction method differs fundamentally from civilian education. No philosophical discussions, no exploration of alternative viewpoints. Military instruction delivers concrete procedures and expects exact replication. First aid training follows tactical combat casualty care guidelines. Every soldier learns the same response sequence. Return fire and take cover. Care under fire focuses on massive hemorrhage control. Apply tourniquet 2 to 3 inches above the wound on the limb. Tighten until bleeding stops. Note the time. This sequence has saved thousands of lives in Iraq and Afghanistan. Training repeats this sequence until response becomes automatic. Land navigation training teaches map reading and compass use. Digital devices fail. Batteries die. GPS signals jam. A soldier with map and compass can always navigate. The curriculum progresses through map orientation, terrain association, grid coordinates, and route planning. Practical exercises require students to locate points in unfamiliar terrain using only map and compass. The pass rate for land navigation testing hovers around 85% on first attempt. Students who fail receive remedial instruction and retest. Navigation is not optional. Weapons training occupies significant portions of the training schedule. The standard infantry weapon is the M4 Carbine. Effective range 500 meters. Rate of fire 700 to 950 rounds per minute. Weight 6.5 pounds loaded. Every infantry soldier must achieve expert qualification. This requires hitting 36 out of 40 targets at distances from 50 to 300 meters. The training progression follows a crawl-walk-run model. Soldiers first learn weapon disassembly and assembly blindfolded. They must complete the task in under 2 minutes. Muscle memory eliminates the need for vision. A soldier can clear a malfunction in darkness or smoke. Next comes dry fire practice. Soldiers assume firing positions, acquire sight pictures, and squeeze triggers with no ammunition. This phase builds the fundamental skills of breathing control, trigger squeeze, and follow-through without the distraction of recoil and noise. Live fire training begins with basic rifle marksmanship. Soldiers fire from the prone-supported position at stationary targets. The emphasis is on consistency and precision. Each shot receives immediate feedback. Instructors use spotting scopes to observe point of impact and provide corrections. Advanced marksmanship introduces stress and complexity. Soldiers engage multiple targets in sequence. They transition between firing positions. They conduct reloads under time pressure. Night fire exercises use night vision devices and infrared lasers. The scenarios replicate combat conditions where perfect shooting stances and unlimited time do not exist. Tactical training teaches soldiers how to fight. The progression moves from individual movement techniques to fire team tactics to squad operations. Individual movement training focuses on terrain utilization and exposure management. Soldiers learn to analyze ground for cover and concealment. Cover stops bullets. Concealment hides from view but provides no protection. Movement techniques vary by threat level. Traveling is used when contact is unlikely. Traveling overwatch is used when contact is possible. One element moves while another observes. Bounding overwatch is used when contact is expected. One element provides suppressive fire while another moves short distances. Fire team tactics introduce combined movement. A fire team consists of 4 soldiers. Team leader, rifleman, grenadier, and automatic rifleman. The automatic rifleman carries the M249 squad automatic weapon with a sustained rate of fire of 100 rounds per minute. This weapon provides suppressive fire that allows other team members to maneuver. The basic fire team battle drill is react to contact. When fired upon, soldiers immediately return fire and take cover. The team leader identifies the enemy position and directs the automatic rifleman to suppress it. The other team members maneuver to a flanking position. One element fixes the enemy while another destroys it. Squad operations involve 2 fire teams working in concert, 9 soldiers total. The squad leader coordinates team movements. Standard formations include column for speed, line for maximum firepower forward, wedge for balance, security. Platoon operations coordinate 4 squads, 40 soldiers moving as a single unit. The complexity increases exponentially. Communication becomes critical. Radio procedures follow strict protocols. Messages are brief, clear, and verified. Every word has meaning. Live fire exercises validate these tactics. Soldiers execute battle drills with live ammunition. Rounds pass over heads at measured distances. The margin for error is small. Safety officers monitor constantly. One violation ends the exercise. The pressure is intense. The environment approximates combat stress. Training accidents occur. The Army averages approximately 15 training-related fatalities annually. Each death receives thorough investigation. Procedures are reviewed and modified. Risk is inherent in realistic training. The alternative is sending unprepared soldiers into actual combat where casualties will be higher. Leadership training begins immediately. Even the lowest-ranking soldier receives instruction in leading small teams. The military operates on the assumption that leaders become casualties. The person who was a follower at breakfast might be leading the unit by evening. Practical application occurs through fire team leader rotations. Each soldier serves as team leader during training exercises. They issue orders, make decisions under stress, and receive immediate feedback on results. Poor decisions lead to simulated casualties. The lessons are visceral. Modern military training incorporates advanced technology while maintaining focus on fundamental skills. The engagement skills trainer provides virtual marksmanship practice. Soldiers use actual weapons modified with sensors. Targets appear on screens. The system records every shot, analyzes patterns, and provides feedback. Virtual battle simulators allow units to rehearse missions in digital environments. The terrain replicates actual deployment locations. Enemy forces exhibit realistic behaviors. Multiple units coordinate across the virtual battlefield. Night vision technology transforms darkness into a tactical advantage. The AN-PVS-14 monocular night vision device amplifies available light by 35,000 times. Soldiers can navigate, shoot, and fight in conditions that render opponents effectively blind. Thermal imaging devices detect heat signatures. The AN-PA-13 thermal weapon sight displays temperature differences as a visual image. Communication systems enable coordination across vast distances. The AN-PRC-152 multiband radio provides secure voice and data transmission. Range exceeds 30 kilometers depending on terrain. Despite these technological capabilities, training maintains emphasis on fundamental skills. Every soldier learns map and compass navigation before using GPS. Every soldier learns visual target identification before using thermal optics. Stress inoculation builds the mind capable of employing skills when fear, exhaustion, and chaos prevail. The military's approach derives from research in performance psychology. Studies of combat veterans identify key factors in performance degradation under stress. Heart rate above 175 beats per minute impairs fine motor skills and decision-making. Tunnel vision narrows sensory awareness. Training cannot eliminate these physiological responses, but repeated exposure reduces their intensity and duration. Gas chamber training exemplifies this approach. Soldiers enter a sealed chamber filled with CS gas. The gas causes burning sensations in eyes, nose, throat, and skin. Breathing becomes difficult. Panic is instinctive. Soldiers must remove their gas masks, state their name and social security number, then properly don and clear their masks. The exercise demonstrates that soldiers can maintain control and execute procedures while experiencing extreme physical discomfort and instinctive panic. Special Operations Selection and Training identifies and develops exceptional operators. Army Special Forces assessment and selection lasts 3 weeks. Candidates complete timed marches carrying 65-pound rucksacks over mountainous terrain. Distances range from 12 to 20 miles. The attrition rate exceeds 70%. Navy SEAL training includes Hell Week, 5.5 days of continuous training with total sleep limited to approximately 4 hours. Students run over 200 miles and complete endless physical exercises while soaking wet, sandy, and exhausted. The purpose is to identify individuals who will continue fighting when every rational reason to quit exists. The transformation from civilian to soldier involves a fundamental shift in identity, values, and worldview. Civilians make decisions based on personal benefit. Soldiers make decisions based on unit benefit. Individual needs become secondary, squad needs become primary, civilians negotiate rules, soldiers follow orders. The distinction is absolute. Attention to detail becomes reflexive. A weapon is not clean when it appears clean. A weapon is clean when no carbon residue remains in any crevice. This standard applies to everything. Basic combat training concludes with a final field exercise that validates everything learned over the previous weeks. The transformation is visible in every movement, every decision, every response to stress. What walked in as civilians now moves with purpose and precision. The system works because it addresses every dimension of human performance: physical capacity through progressive overload, technical skill through repetition, mental resilience through controlled stress exposure. Cultural transformation through immersion. This is not theory. This is the formula that has produced the most capable military force in modern history. The same principles that turned civilians into soldiers in 10 weeks operate in special operations selection courses, in advanced training schools, in pre-deployment workups. The intensity scales, but the methodology remains consistent. The alarm will sound tomorrow morning at 4:30 hours. Right now, at this moment, thousands of recruits are executing the same drills, learning the same skills, undergoing the same transformation. The machine never stops. If you found this look inside military training valuable, hit the subscribe button because we are going deep into more aspects of military preparation you have never seen before. Next video covers the psychological warfare tactics used in interrogation resistance training. The one after that breaks down how special operations medics learn to perform surgery in combat conditions. Drop a comment below telling us what specific aspect of military training you want to see explained next. Night operations, urban warfare, survival training, your input shapes what we cover. And if this video gave you a new perspective on what it takes to build a warrior, smash that like button. Check out our other videos for more exclusive breakdowns of military operations, tactics, and the technology that makes it all possible. The training never ends, neither does our coverage of it.